Do you feel like you're getting the most out of your life every single day?
100% no. I can tell you right now.
I had lost myself in being a mom. My priority was like the dog came before me. I was so low on the totem pole when it comes to priorities. I'm going to get real emotional about it because it was like a real pivotal point in my life. And it was definitely God saying, girl, you took that step.
And I got you.
And I see you stumbling, but I'm gonna carry you to this next level. We're doing her show and we're changing lives, we're building confidence all the time. This is the Kim Gravel Show.
Let's just go on and spill the tea.
This is one of the realest persons I've ever met.
My mission is to encourage every single woman. We're here to lift y'all up.
There's no one more effective than moms.
You mess with the bull, you gonna get the horns.
I need coffee, I need Jesus, and I need therapy.
If you can bring a smile to people's faces, why would you not?
True confidence is knowing who you are and why you're here.
Hey, y'all, this is the Kim Gravel Show, where every single week we all come together and help each other level up our lives. And this week is no different because we have an amazing guest who's going to be talking about business, fitness culture, and how to really just squeeze every ounce of life out of our lives. And Zach, I'm telling you, you know what I mean by that? Like squeeze I'm not talking about every single time, moment, and just busy. I'm not talking about that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea what you're talking about, Kim. Hello, Kim. Hi, by the way.
Well,
I'm happy to be here, too.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Everybody knows you by now. Just answer the question. I mean, do you know what I'm saying? Like, do you know what I mean
is
by
this like
squeezing?
a lemonade lemon situation? Like, what are we talking about here? Do you mean like this is good to the last drop?
Good
You're
to the
drinking
last
sweet
drop.
tea on the
Good to the that's brilliant. Okay. Stealing it, using it, good to the last drop is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, do you feel like you're getting the most out of your life every single day?
100% no. I can tell you right now.
I was waiting for you to go 100%. Yes, I'm on it.
100% no.
I know. And that's, that's what we're talking about. We always say, Zach, about leveling up, but really, is it just being able to harvest everything out of the life that we want to live? I know I don't do that.
Okay. So here's my question for you. I'm going to turn it around on you. Do you feel like you do that? Do you live every day to its fullest?
No, I live.
Does anyone do that?
Well, Jackie's going to come on and she's going to talk to us about that because she really, she's a person who decided, you know what? I'm not living the life that I've always dreamed of. I'm not getting out of life everything I want to. And so she made a huge pivot, a huge change, left a very lucrative job, making tons of money, a lot of influence to do her own thing and live her leveled up life. Okay. So you don't want to miss a minute of this episode. And if you're ready to squeeze, okay, every bit, every drop, of amazing, fulfilled, adventurous life out of your life, then stay tuned because we're going to be right back. All right, y'all. Remember when I said we're going to level up our lives? We're going to learn how to do that this week. I could not have a better person on the show today to talk about that. I have so much admiration and respect for her for so many reasons. Jacqueline Finnan-Hemmer is here, and she's a friend. I call her Jackie. She's the founder and CEO of Fit Kitty Culture. It's an athleisure wear, fitness wear, skincare, wellness brand. She's everything about being healthy and well. She was the vice president in brand development for IT Cosmetics. I met her at QVC. You'll recognize her because she's done hundreds of hours of shows on QVC for IT Cosmetics. She serves on so many boards of nonprofit, and she's truly living her why. She's truly leveling up her life, and she's inspiring others to think bigger, dream bigger, make more positive changes, and live that leveled up life that we're all looking for. Jackie, girl, welcome to the Kim Gravel Show.
Oh my gosh, I get a song?
You get a song.
Yeah, you get a song.
I love it. I love it. I'm gonna make that my ringtone.
You need to make it your ringtone, Jackie.
Hi, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be here with my friend Kim. Oh my
I love
goodness.
it.
And by the way, can I brag about your book for just a minute? I know
You can.
I have to. It's so good.
I love
And
you.
I have a few things that I want to talk about if we can, but I'll let
We
you lead
got
the
time,
question
girl.
today.
We can shoot the breeze.
Okay.
There's so much to talk about.
I know.
Where do we begin, Jackie? We haven't even digested you not being on QVC anymore. I miss seeing your face in QVC, but what made you make that move? What made you say, you know what? I've done what I can do here with IT Cosmetics and QVC. I'm ready to go on and do my own thing. So many people are right where you were when you did that.
It's the hardest thing because a lot of us, we're in that space where we have a successful career, we make good money, how do you take that leap of faith to believe in yourself to, change the direction of your future, right? Especially when I'm the breadwinner for my family. I have boys, my husband does well, but I'm the one that really makes the money in the family.
You were vice president. You had a huge position.
Yeah. And so with your family depending on you, how do you make that shift, right? And I just felt like my time was done and there was something bigger for me to do. Like I had a bigger calling to answer to. And so I knew it was my time to move on.
I can just be honest with you because, we know each other that way.
Yeah.
But I remember you and I being in that building, eating the ding dongs, the ho-hos, candy bars, the Coca-Cola. And I remember, it's hard, Zach. It's like you're in this, you just eat what you can, you grab it and go.
Yes.
And, there is no chef or prepared meals.
Yeah.
So I remember one day I saw you and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. And the next day I saw you, it's like, oh my gosh, she's so gorgeous and so thin. You made a shift. You made a fitness, health, and wellness shift right before my eyes. Was that what propelled you into doing Fit Kitty Culture?
Well, I would say So Fit Kitty was a brand that I started before IT Cosmetics.
I did not know that. I did not know that.
And so it was before the internet. It was before all of those things. And so it was a little LA brand. And then Jamie had asked me to help her with IT Cosmetics back in 2008.
Wow.
And so, her and I have been best friends for over 27 years. And so when she came to me, she told me about her vision. She said, I want to do things differently. I want to help real women feel their most confident, their most beautiful. And I believed in her mission. So I said, okay, I'll come help you, but I have these other things going on. I'll come help you. Because I didn't want it to impact our friendship. And then the next thing you know, 14 years later, I'm still there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I had put Fit Kitty on the side burner, right?
Okay.
And then when it was time for me to take another step back, I'm 45 years old and I look in the mirror and I don't even recognize myself anymore. I look in the mirror, I'm like, who is this woman staring back at me? Because I was always into fitness. I was always into wellness. I was always into taking care of myself, my health, not just for the appearance.
Sure.
My mom died at a young age. I just wanted to live a long life, right? I had a reason to live for my son. And I had to rediscover myself. I had to say, who am I? What do I like to do? What are my values? What do I believe in? Because I had lost myself at IT Cosmetics. I had lost myself in being a mom. My priority was like the dog came before me. I was so low on the totem pole when it comes to priorities that I had to make a shift for my own health, for my own wellness, my, mental wellness, and then also to be a good example for my son and what having balance and health looks like, so that when he grows up, he doesn't fall into the same patterns that I had.
But how did you go about rediscovering yourself? And I ask you this question, Jackie, because there's so many women in particular listening to this right now that I think are sitting in the same boat that you were back then. and are saying, you're reevaluating. A lot of people are looking at their lives and going, okay, who am I and why am I here? And what I'm doing now align with that. And so many people they know, like you knew, you looked at me and said, I don't recognize myself. They know that, but they don't know how to rediscover, like you said. How did you take the step in finding yourself again?
Yeah. It was really hard and painful.
Right.
But what I sat down and thought about, first of all, is what is the kind of life that I want to have for myself? And what does that person do to have that life?
Come with it.
Right? What does that person do to have that life? So I want to be healthy. I want to have good energy. What does someone healthy do? They nourish their bodies. They eat healthy food. They work out, all of these things. And I'm like, well, that was the girl I used to be. And it just made sense. It just clicked for me. So then I just started being that girl. That I wanted to be.
Okay, let me ask you this, because this is, Zach and I have we've just taped another episode about this. Okay, Zach, see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on, Jackie. I'm letting you know, it's not an inside secret joke or conversation. I'm going to let you get in on it.
Yeah.
But you said something that Zach and I were debating, healthy debating, a couple of weeks ago when we were taping this episode. You said you just decided. Isn't that just what you just said?
Yes.
Did she say decided?
Yes.
What? Okay. Follow me, because I think it always starts with a decision. I think so many people are trying to get healthy or trying to change their life or taking a course on how to change their life or reading a book and all this, and they're getting a lot of information and they're taking action, but they haven't decided.
Yeah, you have to decide that you are worthy of it.
Come on.
That you deserve to be a priority in your own life and that you can make it happen. That you're in control, even if you mess up. Like everyone messes up. But guess what? You get to restart every minute of the day. I mess up right now. 2 minutes from now, I can restart. Right? You always have the power to choose your life.
Yeah, you always have the power of a decision,
Yes.
And I'm telling you, when you said that is the key. And when you decide, I often say this, we don't trust ourselves. Because we let ourselves down. We make these promises to ourselves and then we let ourselves down. And so we don't trust that we'll follow through. But you have. And now Fit Kitty Culture is born. And can I just say, girl, the whole thing looks hotter than hot. I'm telling you, I'm going to put on one of them little outfits and start hitting the streets. I mean, it's
you do.
Like what? So all that has been in the works for over a decade. And And the time has come for it to be birthed. What was that like?
It was really exciting, to be honest. Like I knew I was ready.
Okay.
I knew I was ready. Like everything in your life takes you, and you know about this in your own life. Everything takes you to your next journey.
It's true.
Had I kept going with Fit Kitty back then, I don't think it would be the same brand. In fact, I know it wasn't. It was going in a different direction. It wouldn't be the same brand that I've created today.
Right.
And so I needed to take a pause to make it what it's going to be today. And really, it's all about women's empowerment. It's not just about the clothes or the skincare, all those things. It's really about when one woman sees another woman wearing my logo. My goal is she walks up to her and high fives her, gives her some kind of positive affirmation, like, you got this, girl. I see you working out. I see you doing your thing. You're looking great. Like whatever it is, I want it to be the sisterhood of just women empowering other women. Because here's the thing.
Yes.
Women need permission.
Yes.
To be kind to other women.
I don't know why that is, but you're right. They need permission to make themselves,
we grow up asking, can I have a snack? Can I go to the bathroom? Where we, you know what I mean? Like when we're kids, we're taught, especially if you're a good girl, you need permission to do this or that. So it's no wonder we need permission to believe in ourselves, to do things for ourselves, because we're not raised to do that. No matter what your economic status, no matter where you come from, you're taught you need to raise your hand before you ask a question. Before you do anything, you need permission. So it's no wonder we need permission to take care of ourselves.
Oh gosh, Jackie, that's such a good word. That is such a deep, deep moment. We have to stop and talk about that because I think you just hit the nail on the head there. We've been taught to be good girls, to be, I don't want to say the word submissive because that's such a, word. We're not going to talk about that. But asking permission. I like that. Can I get a snack? And I would say it's different for boys because I have boys. Yeah. They don't come ask me if they can have a snack. They just go get every snack they can find.
I know. In fact, when you want a snack, you're like, where are the snacks?
Where are my snacks? I hide them, girl. I have me a Hershey's almond bar back behind the hot sauce in the refrigerator right now. I have to hide my stuff.
Girl, that is my favorite candy bar,
Hershey's with almonds? Oh, me too.
Yes.
I love the crunch, honey. I'm a texture eater. But no, it's true. You're right. Boys don't have the same. They have a lot of expectation and, authority. Do you know what I'm saying? For lack of a better word, over their own lives. Women do not. You are so right. Okay. So you've given yourself permission to step into this new role in this new place. What, Jackie, has been some of the doubts that have come through your mind during the process? Because I know they've been there because they're there with me every day almost.
I think the biggest fear I had to overcome was leaving a stable job, that security, because we all are on the search for security and having that and just taking the risk in myself and believing in myself that I could do it on my own.
Did you prepare for the risk?
I did. I knew in my mind, it's going to take 3 years or more before I even start making, well, you know what I mean?
Yes,
like,
I do.
Those
I
years
know.
of business, very painful, right? You're like, where are those coupons?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
To feel in alignment with my purpose, I had to do this because I felt like it was more than just building a company. It was building a mission.
Yes, it was bigger than you. It was bigger than you.
It was bigger than me. It was bigger than me. And I deserve this, and the women that I connect with deserve this.
So many people are going to relate to this, Jackie. How was it to put that dream on the shelf and help someone else, best friend? Listen, I have a BFF. I get it.
Yeah.
Bill, and I think Amy sometimes has done that for me, where she's stepped in to support me. How was that for you, having to do, and you were called to that for such a time as that as well. How was that?
Yeah.
Did that serve you anyway when you launched this? I mean, give us, because that's a long time to wait for your dreams to manifest and come true.
It is, but I felt like I was helping my sister. Like I was lifting her up. Like I was carrying the chair. Right. You know what I mean? And yes, so when you see your friend fulfill their dreams and their destiny, and it's like just almost as good. It was as good as mine.
Did you feel called to that too? Like, did you feel called to that for that moment? Because I think a lot of people think, well, it'll never happen for me, or my dreams and my goals, especially women. A lot of times we sacrifice our own for our children, or we sacrifice our own for our partner or our husband. We sacrifice our own for our friends. And it's really, I don't know if it's a sacrifice, if it's not just a learning experience for what's coming for you. Would you say that?
Well, it was definitely part of my journey. Yeah. Because at It Cosmetics, the first few years, a lot of people don't know, it was just Jamie, her husband, and me. Just the three of us. And I would be Anne in customer service. And then I would be Jackie for the PR role that I had. And then, Jamie and I working on product development. My hands were in everything. So unlike someone who graduates from college and steps into the marketing department or steps into this, I was the Jackie of all trades, literally, right? And so from an entrepreneurial perspective, I lived that entrepreneur life right next to her, step by step. But even more importantly, I truly believed we were going to make a difference in the beauty space. I believed in her mission. We wanted to make women feel beautiful in their own skin,
and you did.
No matter where they came from, what they looked like, how we wanted every woman to see herself and to feel confident for the first time, or maybe the first time in a long time. That was our mission, and I believed in it. And I still do to this day.
Yeah. Well, and you
Still
did
do
it
to this day.
You both did it, and you both did it. And everybody thinks it's always one person. It's not. And you're doing it again with Fit Kitty Culture. Okay. So I want to tell a little bit of fun sidebar, fun facts about you because people don't know this, but you were a bad mama jamma DJ. Like DJ, like hardcore, right?
Yes. Travel the world. Yes.
Did you really? Jackie, come with it. How did that happen? And how do you go from being this DJ? Because that's an untraditional role for a woman.
It was a really untraditional role. And I came into it, when God has a plan for you.
That's right.
Like, it doesn't matter.
Makes no sense.
It does not. Yeah. It doesn't matter. And so I was a fitness instructor also most of my life. So when I say before it, when you saw me at my heaviest, that really was not who I was. So I was a fitness instructor, and I used to make my own mixtapes for my classes because I loved music. It's my thing. And I always wanted to have when you came to my class, I wanted it to be Jackie's music is the best, right?
Okay.
And so there was this guy that used to come to my spinning class, and I didn't know it, but he actually owned a club in Los Angeles, and I was living in LA at the time. And he came up to me and he's like, "Who makes your mixes? They are so good. I love them. I love your music." And I said, "Well, I do." And he's like, "You do?" He's like, "You have to come spin at my club." I was like, No. I just do these for my classes. I'm a living room DJ. It's just for fun. It's a hobby." He's like, "No, just come. You can do I have this little VIP section. You can come spin there. It's mostly my friends. Just give it a try. I'll have a backup DJ there in case things don't work out, but just come give it a try." Well, I went, and this is back in the day when you used to have to carry crates of records into the club. So I'm carrying crates up the stairs into the VIP area. Bouncers are helping me carry my stuff in. I go in and I do it. I'm nervous as all get out.
Yeah.
And I do it. And it was so much fun. And then they offered me a residency. When you're a DJ, having a residency is a big deal, right? So
that's amazing. On your first time out, they were just like, "Come, you're resident."
They were just like, "Okay, we want you to come play on Tuesday nights." So it was my first residency. And that's kind of how I got my, I guess, boots on the ground. I don't know how else you'd describe it, but just how I got into the industry. And this was back in the day when there was MySpace. And at the time, there was being a female DJ was like not non-existent. And so other DJs would actually come to see me to see if I could really DJ, you know what I mean? To see if I could beat mix, do all that stuff. And so then those DJs would come and they would become fans, and they're like, "Oh, come spin with me at this club," or "I have this other, gig for you." And so it kind of opened up all these doors for me. Wow. Which then in turn, I think helped with my TV presence at QVC. It was just kind of all leading me down this path to be ready. Cause I wasn't an actress. I wasn't great at being in front of other people. I preferred being behind the scenes. So really it was this whole thing that just kind of, you never know when one thing's going to take you to the next.
Nothing is ever wasted. We think sometimes we've made mistakes, or we have gotten off track, or we're on plan B, and we're always on plan A. We're always on plan A.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, nothing is ever wasted. I mean, I could tell you story after story, and you just saying the DJ thing, that's what I thought. I was like, oh, well, that made you perfect for live television and for performing, and even for what you're going to head into with Fit Kitty Culture. It's all connected. It's all that that rich soil where all these seeds have been planted. Would you agree?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think also too, just having that confidence of changing careers.
Okay.
From being a fitness person to being a DJ to going into it gave me the confidence to actually think about my past and leaving it. When you asked earlier, how did you make that shift? Well, I'd already made shifts in my career. I was 49 years old when I left It Cosmetics. Wow. You're late in your career to start a new career at 49 years, or start a new life change at 49 years old. That's, I would say, pretty courageous,
I think it's very
not
courageous.
To toot my horn, but that's a lot of women would be like, "Oh, I'm too late. It's too late for me. It's never too late.
It's never too late.
It's never too late to decide.
Yes. Yes. And I will say this, it's never too late. I mean, honestly, you're coming into that moment, that sweet season. My mother always tells me those women in their 50s, that sweet season of maturity, of, knowledge and experience. And like you said, confidence to really make those changes. Y'all, with the busy fall season just right around the corner, and if you're looking for wholesome and convenient meals for this jam-packed days, because look, here it goes, soccer, football, basketball, Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, can help you fuel up fast with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. Now look, there are 34 flavor-packed meals to choose from. 34. Dietitian approved meals, and they're ready to eat like in 2 minutes. I just pop them in, heat them up, I'm ready to go. A family favorite of mine. They're so convenient, so easy. And this August, get Factor and enjoy eating without any hassle. And y'all, for me, they're so good that my kids and my husband steal mine, that I had to get them their own. Okay? And how great is it that they can heat them up themselves? Absolutely dietitian approved. And I can do it and let them cook for themselves and heat them up themselves with full confidence. So head over to factormeals.com/Kim50 and use code Kim50 to get 50% off. That's code Kim50 at factormeals.com/Kim50 to get 50% off. Heat them up and enjoy. What would you say if you could drill down in a few words what your calling is? Because see, you've done a lot of different things, and a lot of people get what I do and what my calling. They, in my opinion, they get those things confused, because a lot of times we equate with what we're doing as who we are. What would you say, Jackie, all these experiences that you have had in your life, what your call, your absolute God-given call is?
I think my biggest call is to build community.
Woo! See, she's got it, Zach.
To bring women together.
She's got it.
I know, that's it. That's
See?
it.
That's
From
fantastic.
DJing to bringing women together through It Cosmetics and seeing the power of that. Like, it's all about community and bringing women together in a powerful way.
Oh, Jackie. And to know that, to know that's what you're called to do. So it doesn't matter what you're doing, as long as it aligns with building community, you can do anything you want to.
Yeah. From being a fitness instructor, even back then.
Right.
And having women, you know what I mean? Like, everything was all about community. And so I know that now.
And you can trace it back.
And as long as I stay aligned in that truth, I can't fail.
Girl, that's what I'm trying to say.
I can't fail. Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's so many things out there, so much great information, how to, have a career and and how to be but if you don't know what you're called to do, that alignment is never quite there.
Right.
We think it's happenstance, and we think that life happens to us. We just accept what comes our way. You say you got to decide, and you got to move in that. Zach, that's what I'm talking about. This is the thing about Jackie. I knew she gets it. And I know her heart and her soul is to help others get it. And what I mean by get it, it's not some kind of learned knowledge. It's really just to really focus on what you're called to do and what's meant for you. Wouldn't you say that, Jackie?
Yeah, exactly. And taking the time to get still and really listen. I think so many of us get busy chasing the kids around. If you're married, keeping your relationship on track,
making a full-time job.
Yeah, that's a relationship. It's tough. It's work, You want to have a good one, it's work. And, just everything that it's hard to get still and really be honest with ourselves about what we want and what makes us happy. Because I know I've spent a lot of time in my life doing for others because I thought they were the ones that were going to make me happy.
Ooh.
So I wasn't living for me. I was living for them because I thought I needed them for my happiness. And it wasn't until I was like 46 that I really learned, like, oh, I'm responsible for my own happiness, and it's an inside thing. And I'm glad I'm learning now.
Because it's never too late. It's never
too late. You get to decide that today's the day.
Today's the day. Yeah. And it changed just like this. On Instagram, you wrote something that was very interesting. Instead of looking at the past, I put myself 10 years ahead. Okay. And I look at what I need to do now to get there. I think that's great, because I think what happens is we live in the future and we think this is what we want. I mean, whether it's be lose weight, get married, have a career, be a bear, whatever your fill in the blank is, right, Jackie?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And we look at that and think, oh, if only. But what you're saying is this is an active way to look at that. This is where I want to go. And then what do I need to do now in the present to get there?
When you think about who is the person I want to be in 10 years, how does what I do today affect that? It also helps you to make decisions.
Well, and I think a lot of people don't understand, and I know for me, it's probably one of the hardest things because I'm a big vision person and I'm a dreamer and all of that. But it's the practicality of these goals and these dreams that we have for ourselves that we stumble. I do personally. I stumble in those. And that's where I start having, oh my gosh, I got to do all that. I start getting in my own head with it. And you're saying, have that vision, have that goal, come back to the now and start making decisions that will give you that outcome. And that's a practical way. I think a lot of times, especially in this space of, you can call it self-help, self-reflection, all of this that people are so hungry for right now, Jackie. Yes. I think we're missing the practical steps and how to apply it to our lives.
Yeah. And I think about it this way. Okay, I like to binge watch Netflix like anyone else. Right?
Oh, girl.
But, I get caught on a show and I'm like, I get obsessed with things. I'm like, oh, just one more.
Yeah.
But then when I think about is staying up an extra half an hour, is that going to help me get up in the morning and make me more efficient for the next day and help me to achieve and be that person that I decided I wanted to be? Right? Because it's so easy to be distracted and scrolling, on TikTok or Instagram.
Oh my
or
gosh,
Facebook.
I'm terrible.
Girl,
yes.
Next thing you know, like
you're in a rabbit hole.
2 hours later.
Yeah.
Yeah. I start, because I follow a lot of self-help people and I'm like, oh, I never thought about that, and I'll start Googling stuff, I'll just talk about rabbit holes, right?
Right. Me too.
Looking at things from different perspectives. But you have to stop and think, and it's the discipline to stop. How does this help me down the road?
I think my next book's going to be about how to make decisions. You decide. I mean, success is a decision. It's a decision. And we talk about a lot of, actions and visions and plans and dreams, but we don't talk about the practicality of making and deciding. Look, we're tough. Women are tough. Don't you? We do hard things. We really do. We do a lot of hard things.
We give birth.
Yeah. Hello. And we make a lot of sacrifice. It's not that we don't do the work. It's not that we don't want to do the work or can do the work. We're tough cookies. We're tough. It's that we got to decide, like you said earlier, to really put ourselves first.
Yeah.
You got to be a little bit selfish, just a little bit.
Yeah. You have to be a little bit selfish, but is it really selfish?
It's not.
Right?
But that's what we're told.
We're taught that it's selfish.
That's what we're taught, right.
We're taught that it is. Right? But I don't see my husband, when he goes to the gym, he's not like, oh, I need to make dinner before I go. Like, no, he's
not worried about it. He's like, yeah. I mean, my husband don't even tell me. I'll go, Travis, crickets. I mean, and I'm sitting there going, well, what are we going to do? We got to do school supplies. I mean, that's just being a woman, but we have to decide. We have to decide.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can change and you can decide to make a change, even through the fear and the doubt. And you've done it. You've done it.
Kim, to talk about your book, I thought you did a really great job about explaining what imposter syndrome is. And I could relate to that so much because I still struggle with that. Okay. Because a lot of people don't know this, and I'm going to be really vulnerable, but I grew up in a trailer park. Like, a lot of people look at me and they think like I'm the first one to even graduate high school, let alone go to college in my family. So people look at me and think, oh, she's so successful. But what they don't realize is I had to break generational
curses.
Cycles.
Yes.
Yeah. To get to where I'm at. And I still have those moments of imposter syndrome. Like, well, what if someone finds out that I used to grow up on welfare? Will they think that I don't deserve this success?
Oh, Jackie.
You know what I mean? Like, what if someone finds out that about me? Because there were times in my life where people did judge me for that.
They did.
In high school, middle school, I had boyfriends, think less of me because of once they found out how I grew up. And that's still, that little girl inside of me still has to, I still have to comfort her. Wow. I still have to say that you are not like where you come from. Like that doesn't matter. That's what saved me when you ask, like, where did that come from? Because that's what saved me as a little girl is thinking about 10 years from now when I got out of there, how, who was the person I wanted to be? And that's when I would just make decisions. No one was there telling me to get good grades. No one was there telling me to go to college. No one was telling me to do these things, but I said, who do I want to be? Because I had no role models to show me. So I had to reverse engineer how to become the person I wanted to be.
Yes. And
and that's what's carried me through. Mm-hmm.
But I want to speak to this too, because I did not know this about you. And I'm so glad you shared it, because I think at the heart of our imposter syndrome is our purpose, is that secret sauce sweet spot. So it doesn't shock me that your calling is to build community when you never had it. You always felt alone because of your circumstance. You never felt like you had a group of clique people that you fit into in school. Or, I mean, am I right to hear you say that?
Yeah. I kept my circle of friends small. I mean, first of all, I left home at 15.
Jackie.
So when I left home, if you can imagine.
I can't, but go ahead.
Like, it was, you don't want people to know that about you. You don't want people to know you're living on your own, or, you have these, they were already making fun of where you know what I mean? Like, it was not good. Right. So I kept my circle of friends very small.
Yeah.
And then,
and that's why you love
blessed.
Everybody. That's why you love that's why you're so wanting to build this community of people, of all people. I get it. I totally get it.
Because you make your own family. And I know what it's like to not have a support group around you.
Yes.
Right.
That's
and
what
I think when you asked me earlier, like, what was it like to help your friend build her dreams?
Yeah.
Like, it felt like me loving on her even more.
Right.
Like, how do you love someone more than helping them achieve everything that they want to achieve?
Right.
That's like the ultimate love.
And it is. And it's the ultimate friendship. It's a sisterhood that's probably, we could do a whole podcast on that.
I know, right?
How did you teach yourself and to find the success? And how did you shift your mindset at such a young age?
It was a survival mechanism for me. It became it's what I needed to survive. I couldn't think of the now. I had to think of the future. Like, I knew living in that situation was temporary, and I still had the rest of my life. I almost took my own life when I was 14.
Okay.
And something, God, I think.
The Lord, yeah.
It's the only thing I can explain.
That's it. Yeah. Well, he had said something greater.
It's the only thing. I swear, he said, don't do it. I'm standing there with a knife thinking about, like, literally killing myself.
Jackie.
And, he's just like, do not do this. You have a bigger purpose.
Yes.
You will survive this. So thinking ahead the 10 years was my survival instincts.
To hear it from other people is one thing, but to hear it from the Creator, from God Almighty, to tell you, you are special, you have something, don't do this, I have something great for you. Because Jackie, he has something great for every single human that's on this planet.
Yes, I agree.
And
I'm living proof.
I mean, yeah, we all like, are, but I mean, just
here
to
today.
hear, yeah. And if people could grasp that, if you can make that decision to go, you know what? Jackie's right. Kim is right. Zach is right. Make that decision first. Mm-hmm. And then watch the thing. And it's not going to be easy because, like, where did you go at 15, girl? Where did you go?
I had my own place. And, I lived in Montana at the time. So it was really easy to find, I had a job. I worked at this place, this Sykes Diner. And, it was not easy, but, I did it. And to be honest, it didn't really feel that hard. Like, it wasn't easy. Looking back, it wasn't. But I just knew I had to do it. Like, this is what I have to do to get to where I need to go. Right.
Yeah.
So I made decisions that day. And a lot of people say, like, when you pray to God and you ask for him to bring things in your life, he also expects you to take the steps to get there. Right. So I knew in order to change my situation, I had to take some steps, because who decides at 15 to leave? I remember my mom saying, well, if you don't like the way things are around here, you can leave. And I remember going, all right.
Okay. You made a decision. Yeah.
I made a decision at that moment. I decided, you know what? She's right. She gave me, it's almost like she gave me permission to go and live my life. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then there's a story that's totally God. And I'm going to share it with you right now. I haven't really shared it publicly. My close friends know about it. But so my mom had decided she wanted me to come back home and raise her kids. Mm. So she called and said I ran away. And I was just off looking at some colleges with my friend Allison. And we get home from Missoula, and there's this cop car in her driveway. And this gentleman walks up to me, and he's like, "Are you Jacqueline Finnan?" I'm like, "Yes." He's like, "Well, you need to come with me." And I'm like, "Excuse me?" I was so confused. He's like, "You're under arrest. You need to come with me." I get thrown in the back of a cop car and taken to juvenile jail. Because I'm a minor, I have no rights. He goes home that night because I'm upset. I'm worried. I have a test the next day. I'm worried about how I'm going to, can I still go to school? Can I take my test? Can I study in jail? Like, can I get my books? Like, all these things, right? And he goes home that night to his wife and goes, "How would you feel about becoming a foster parent?" He goes, "I know this is going to sound really strange, but I picked up this girl tonight and the story just doesn't add up." And I'm going to get real emotional about it because it was like a real pivotal point in my life. And it was definitely God saying, "Girl, you took that step.
And I got you.
I see you stumbling, but I'm going to carry you to this next level." And it was like really like this, just this house of love. And so I went to court, and they released me. They said, "We'll release you if you go and stay with this family." Otherwise, I was going to have to stay in juvenile jail until my real court date. Right. And so being the person I am, I'm like, okay, I have no idea what this family wants with me, but I knew I was tough because I grew up in a tough situation. Yeah. So I knew, like, well, I can handle, get myself out of a situation. Yeah, I can handle myself. So I said, okay, thinking I want to make sure this doesn't impact my future or school or whatever. So I left with them. They can pick me up from work. They released me. I went to work that day, and then they picked me up from work because I didn't want to lose my job. I was like, I need to go to school. I need to go to work. So they let me do that. And then Carol, his wife, picked me up from my shift. And then I literally went home to their house. And I can honestly say that it was a huge learning experience, but they definitely helped me get closer to God, bringing me to church and, just with that relationship. And, they were so patient with me. because I was like an injured animal. I'm in this home,
Yes.
wondering what do these people
injured.
want with me, these strangers, right? I mean, I guess now I went through a traumatic experience. And I also saved their marriage at the same time. So God was saving two families.
Yes, he was.
Because Carol had seen Ken in a different light, and she had fallen back in love with him because of his heart and what he brought to her. She always wanted a daughter. They have two older sons, which their whole family treats me like I've always been part of their family, which has been beautiful. So my son knows Ken and Carol as his grandparents. Their sons as his uncles. Their kids know me as Aunt Jackie. It's been this amazing experience. And so when God has a plan for you,
he has one.
He saved me so many times.
Right. But Jackie, what you are saying, you are totally, for lack of a better word, testifying or being a witness right now for what I even wrote the book about with Collective Company. Mm-hmm. God is so concerned about every detail of your life that he, and we're going to just use your example here with 15, that he orchestrated all of it because you had to be arrested to get with the family, to get so what I'm saying is he uses all things together for the good. He uses every mistake, every heartache, and it's not easy. But
it's not easy.
It's not. But I will tell you, and everybody listening to our voices right now, you gotta, if you can't trace his hand, you've got to trust his heart. You've got to, you gotta know that you're here for a reason or you wouldn't be here.
There's so much evidence of knowing that. And so I think that helps me too when I'm making decisions.
Of course.
If I'm following my heart
right,
and trusting my calling,
yes,
I'm going to be taken to where I need to be.
You will.
Because my life has shifted from careers, from personal, from everything.
Everything.
It's not just me pushing into the direction that I'm going.
No.
So I can't take all the credit.
No, you're just following the breadcrumbs. That's all you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
Oh, Jackie, I love you. You got to come back, girl. Okay, when's your book coming out, Zach? Don't you think she needs a book?
I just said this is a Hallmark movie.
I'm like Lord have mercy, Jackie. I'm thinking you need to write a book.
And there's so much more. I know. I started working on the book.
You've got to.
But there's a lot of healing that I still have to do. As you know, like
I get it.
That little girl inside of me, she's still wounded, and so, I'm much kinder to her, and there's a lot of forgiveness that I've done for my mom,
sure.
My childhood, I've forgiven a lot of that. And so that was definitely a huge growth because I think that's the hardest thing is to forgive the people that have hurt us the most.
Yeah. But you've got to make steps forward. I think you have to.
Yeah. But so it's in the works.
Okay, it's in the works. Y'all heard it here first. You heard it here first. When you come back on with the book, we're gonna really get nitty gritty. Okay, we cannot let you go without doing rapid fire questions.
Rapid fire questions.
So the first thing that just comes to your mind.
I'm going to give it my best.
I feel good about this, Jackie. You got this. You're you're QVC trained.
Right. I mean, listen.
She's a live TV person.
She gets it. Okay, here we go. Okay. Your favorite fast food, junk food?
Oh, my goodness. My favorite fast food junk food is Rita's.
Oh, the custards. Why are you bringing it up? Because I'm going to QVC this weekend. I'm going to get me one. Okay, Rita's.
It's so good, though.
What's your favorite flavor? Favorite flavor?
Oh, my goodness. I just had the cake batter. It's really good. They have these new custard flavors now, and they rotate them in. The strawberry was good, but I just had the custard. It was so good.
I'll be going there this weekend. Here we go. Do you have a secret talent?
I don't know. My talents aren't secrets anymore.
Do you know what? I did this one time in an interview for a pageant, and I said my secret talent was playing my nose, and I would go, I actually did that. Okay. Didn't win the pageant.
You did that in a pageant?
Oh, yeah.
Did you win?
No, I did not. Maybe that's why.
Yeah. I make really good martinis. I don't know if that's a secret talent because I think people know about that. That's been over to my house, but other people, if they
I think that's fantastic.
Come to my house, wouldn't know. Okay.
Can I actually wait? I have a secret talent. Can I just? I realized I could do this, and since Jackie, you're a DJ, is this any good?
Yeah.
Just hold on. I'm gonna hold my mic up
it.
and then check it out. Ready?
I'm gonna answer for it. It's not good, Zach.
Can you hear
that?
Does
You
that
got to
sound
do
good?
it on the beat.
Is that good?
I don't know. It's on beat. I don't know what you're listening to.
Is this
Zach, did you hear what she said? She said you've got to do it on the beat. Bless it.
I have no beat. That's it. That's it.
I love this. You've DJ'd all over the world. What's your favorite song that you've played?
World Hold On.
Ooh, who's that?
Yeah, I don't know if it's called, it goes World Hold On. It's a house song. I don't know if you.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to go look that up. Write that down, Zach.
Yeah,
we'll look that
really
up.
World Hold On.
If you could eat brunch,
it's like a '90s song.
I'm gonna go look it up as soon as we get out of here.
Yeah.
If you could eat brunch with one historical figure, who would it be?
Oh my gosh, Cleopatra.
Ooh, invite me. I want to go too.
Okay, totally. She is
she is bad, Mama Jamma. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
If you could travel to any historical event anywhere back in time, what would it be?
Oh, I want to see dinosaurs.
Ooh, right?
Yes.
What's your
I
favorite
want to know.
dinosaur?
And were there people there? I want to know. I want to go back and see the dinosaurs. I may not come back where it lands, but.
Well, time travel. I don't know if I'd go back. You come back and let us know how it was. That's what I'd say.
Yeah.
Okay. If you were stranded on a desert island, and what was one thing you would take that you have to have?
Is it like a beauty thing or is
whatever,
it like
whatever?
A survival knife?
Oh, that's a good one.
Like one of those knives that has like the screwdriver and the scissors and the nail file. Survival knife.
Swiss
All right.
Army knife.
Okay.
Yes, that's exactly. Yeah.
Who are your fashion icons? Like, what's your favorite, like, big iconic fashion brands?
Madonna for sure.
Oh,
She's
please.
definitely. I love Jacqueline Onassis, from a classic perspective.
Yes.
She's definitely been. I've been a fan of hers. I would say those have been the two most influential in my life, and I know they're.
I was going to say they're totally in the opposite side. Right. So listen, then you got it covered, girl. You got it covered.
Yeah.
Do you remember
when
the jelly bracelets?
When I got to go to the club.
Come on now. Do you remember the jelly bracelet she used to wear?
Yes.
I remember when Like a Virgin. Remember when she came on with Like a Virgin on the MTV Music
and the gloves.
And the gloves. And my mom was like, what in the world? Like a Virgin? I said, Mom, she's touched for the very first time. Okay, here we go. Who is your celebrity crush?
Oh my goodness, celebrity crush. Okay, this is going to sound really bad, but Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Why does that sound
Not
bad?
now, but when he was younger.
Okay, I get it. Okay, you like the beefcakey. I get it. No, I totally get that. Mine was the Russian from Rocky 4, I think it was.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh
you did
my
say
gosh,
that.
yeah, he's hot.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Lundgren?
Dolph Lundgren.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Lundgren.
Is
So
that
we
him?
have the
Yeah,
same
I think so.
taste. We have the same taste.
Yes, we do.
Okay. Favorite book you've ever read?
Whew. Wow. Yours.
I love it.
I don't know.
All right. Thank you and good night. Just kidding. Okay. You mentioned Netflix, and I've got to know, what are you binging now? What's a good TV show? I need one.
Oh my goodness. I just watched. Well, I love Ted Lasso, and I'm sad
it's
that
so
ended.
good. I know. I don't know. I've heard rumors that might be coming back.
Oh, that would be great. I don't know how they would bring it back, but that was like a thing my husband and I would
Loved
watch
it.
together. I think it's a great date night show. So if you need something to bond with your spouse with, that's a great show.
It is a great show
to do that with.
Oh, I love it.
I'm looking for a new show.
Well, if ever I hadn't seen Ted Lasso, go check it out. Okay. Last question. This is a big one. And so this is how you're going to go out.
Okay.
Could you beatbox a little bit for us?
I can't beatbox, but I can maybe rap a little bit or something.
Let's do it.
Well, my name is Jackie, and I'm here to say I'm with Krim Cravel and a big, big way. We're doing her show, and we're changing lives, we're building confidence. all the time.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I can probably do that.
That is
There you
like
go.
drop mic.
That's it.
Oh my gosh, Jackie, I love you so much. We have to get, but listen, text me, call me, do something. We need to get together. I love you.
I know.
I love you.
Well, wait,
And
let me know when you're in town and we'll for sure get together.
we're doing it. I'm taking you to Rita's.
Yes. Okay, yeah. It's so good though.
Oh my
but
gosh,
it's my
Jackie.
thing. I'm like, oh, I love
I wish
ice
you
cream,
hadn't. I wish you hadn't said that. Now you're just like, thanks, Fit Kitty culture.
Right.
It's all about balance.
No, this is hey, Zach, instead of Fit Kitty, it's Fat Cat. Okay.
No, it's not. You know,
All right.
fitness doesn't look a specific way, by the way.
Clearly, I love you. Clearly. All right. Thanks, Jackie.
All right. Okay.
I love you, girl.
Bye, Jackie. Thank you so
Bye,
much.
you guys. That was so fun. Bye.
Okay. I told you, Jackie does not disappoint, right, Zach?
Jackie's great. And so much of her message is the message and the project of this show.
It is.
Which is so just like she's in sync.
Well, and I didn't even know some of the things that she's went through in her life. And I just want to say to anybody else who's watching, if you've gone through anything in your life, it's all part of the journey. It's all part of you learning and growing. Like Jackie said, she wouldn't have the resilience and the strength and the confidence to move forward. So keep that in mind. Remember that there's always a plan, there's always a purpose, and you always have a call. And if you want to reach out to Jackie and keep in touch with her, you can hit her up on her website, which is JacquelineFinnenhimmer.com, or her Instagram is the Jackie Jack. I love that. Or check out fitkitty.com and reach out to her and stay connected and see what her brands are all about and who she is all about, because she is truly, absolutely living in her calling. Till next time, guys, remember, make a decision to live the best life that's ahead of you.
Oh, Kim, can you rap a little bit on this end? Just like Jackie did?
So when you're down and out, you got to level up. You got to always know that you are always enough. You got to step into life. You got to step into call so everybody knows that you've got it all.
Wow. How did you do that? Seriously, how did you do that?
Miracle of God. Zach and Kim, we're going to do it again. We're going to light it up and help you to begin living in your life and leveling up. It's time for y'all to get on with this stuff. Let's not tempt fate there. Let's not tempt fate. Bye, y'all. I said a Jacqueline Finnenhimmer fact. If you're looking to level up, okay, tonight's the night. Today's the day. Wherever you're listening to this, this is your time to level up your life. We're going to start this over because I'm level up. Say I level up a lot.
The level of producing you get. Do you really want to do it again, Kim?
The classic. We're doing it again.
Are we just doing the show?
No, we're doing it again. Take 7.
All right, take 7. Take 65.